What's up, everybody? I'm Richard.
And, Sean.
And we're speaking the language of Bromance. Sean, you all right there?
Yeah, I don't really want to talk about it.
What is it? What is it?
I mean, Richard, so, you get to an age, and you got to go to the doctor, and they got to they have to check your oil, make sure everything's good back there.
I thought that was 40. I thought that happened when you were 40. I haven't done that yet.
No, I was at the alley doctor, and he was like, "Hey, have you had your oil checked?" I was like, "What's that?"
The alley doctor. Every city has one. That's what he said.
Don't you walk by the alley, it's like free doctor appointments, and you walk over, he's like, "Wait, I thought we didn't have free healthcare here." He's like, "Well, I'm a Canadian doctor." You're like,
Hang on,
okay.
I gotta sanitize my instruments.
And he's like, you're supposed to have your prostate checked when you're 45, right? I'm like, well, I'm not. I'm 33. He's like, oh, well, yeah, but you have a beard, right? I'm like, I do have a beard. And then he's like, all right, bend over that trash can. I'm like, all right, so wait for Moon River. Using the whole hand back there, doctor.
Oof. No, I thought that was. Is it 40? What's the age that's supposed to happen?
I actually think it's 40. It's 35 or 40.
No, it can't be 35 because I'm 36 and I haven't done it yet.
It's not. What's the worst, Richard? It's just a finger and a little bloop, bloop. I think it might be 40, and then 45 and 50 is when you're supposed to actually do the full camera checkup.
Well, I've never had a finger in my bum. I mean, clinically. Yeah.
When's the last time you've been for an actual physical checkup? Because that's the thing that I need to start actually doing. I haven't been since college.
Talk about it. It's been a while.
Yeah. It's been a bit.
Shit's expensive.
Actually, I think that's free. If you go in and say, I'm here for my yearly checkup.
Oh, so they offer the butt stuff for free?
I think so, actually. I think they actually do offer that for free.
See? I don't trust it now. They're just trying to get in my pants, and I appreciate it.
Got to look out for those alley doctors.
I got a cold,
they're just out for your best interest.
If I got my best interest in my pants.
You walk by an alley, achoo! Oh, prostate exam now.
Something must be wrong with your prostate. I just sneezed. Yep, could be prostate cancer. Oh my God!
You know where it starts? It sounded like it was one of those sneezes that started from your bum hole all the way up to your nose.
Oh my God, he's right. It did. I felt it. You ever sneeze so hard?
Pinch one off there.
Sneeze so hard that your taint tenses up?
Have you ever sneezed so hard you farted? I've done that before.
Yeah.
Or cough. You're like, oops, sorry. It's embarrassing.
Sometimes I cough and it makes my balls hurt.
I don't think that's normal.
Should I go get checked?
You're like, and sometimes when I pee, there's blood. No. And every other time I masturbate,
it's like once a month, once every 2 months that happens.
You might want to get that looked at. You might be like my cat and have crystals in your bladder. So, cat story, Richard. My cat might have a prostate issue. So, this happened before when we changed her kitty litter, and I thought maybe it was just her holding it.
Is she rubbing her ass in the kitty litter?
No, we switched it back, and on our workout mats, I noticed these little red spots, and she'd been sneaking back there. What I feel bad for, because I guarantee it hurts, but she'd sneak behind the weights, and she'd have this guilty look on her face. And so you walk over there what are you doing, Lulu? That's my cat's name is Lulu. And she just looks at you and goes, Row! You're like, are you peeing? Row! Are you? No, don't pee there. Pee into the Row! And she runs off. There's little red spots there, and I cleaned it up. And Tiffany already took her to the vet. I cleaned it up, and she did it again. Yeah. And so I'm like, I wonder if this got under the workout mats, because I couldn't smell anything, because cat piss has a very...
by the way, doctor, sometimes it happens with me, too. Could you check me also?
I'm a vet. Well, I mean, I already got my pants down. Same parts.
I would think that the bottom parts, are similar, right? No.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I flunked out of medical school.
I'm an alley vet. Go talk to the alley doctor. He's a block down the road. But I lifted up because cat pee has a very poignant smell. So I was like, well, if she's been peeing here a lot, I'd smell it. And so I lifted up the mat, and it just had cat pee soaked underneath it.
Yeah.
Right when I lifted, it was right in the face.
Right.
Like, Tiffany, gotta take the cat to the alley vet.
While you're at it, there's a problem with me because
she's like, well, while I'm there, I'm gonna go see the alley doctor. Yeah, you should do. Wait, what's he gonna check?
But oh well, one bill, right?
That's true. Yeah, co-pays.
Hang on, let me take off my alley vet coat and put on my alley doctor coat.
Here, let's go behind this trash can.
Step into my other office.
Oh, look, you're making penicillin. No, that's just an old sandwich.
So I don't know how this started, but here's what we're going to talk about tonight, Sean. We've talked about robots. We've talked about robots a bunch and how they're taking jobs. And now I have concrete proof, Sean, that robots are taking our jobs. The menace known as automation.
Robots.
Bad robots. Sean, apparently, and I didn't know this, there is a job in the UK that I'll put the job out there, and then I'm curious to see how you'd feel about it. This is a job in the UK. Sean, there's a job known as a rectal teaching assistant.
So this would be, if I don't know what a rectal assistant would be, but my guess is like they'd be the person that carry around like the fake looking booty hole, like the different kinds of booty holes, with the different things.
Walking around with like a briefcase.
Well, it's
class.
Here's booty hole A. Here's booty hole B.
Sometimes they look like a flower. Sometimes they look like a roast beef sandwich. That's not normal. No, it isn't, Billy.
All right, now step up and try it out. Oh, Susan, don't just stick it in dry. You got to lube it up first.
Here, let me show you. This is what the alley doctor told me is sanitation.
This concludes Alley Doctor 101.
Great. You're all doctors.
Wait, it's only been we haven't got the lunch yet. I know you guys are behind.
The top-notch class. $5, please.
So is that what they do? They kind of carry around like the samples. Maybe they help the teacher kind of with the students, kind of showing them what to look for when they go and.
You're right. That is exactly what they do. They do help the doctor by showing them how to perform and what to look for, Sean.
Okay, well that makes sense.
Well, but what they don't do is they don't carry around a briefcase of assholes.
Well, what do they do then? What do they use to? Does he just like talk them through it?
No, Sean. What a rectal teaching assistant does is he provides his own asshole. In order for you, the doctor trainee, to use and get a, I mean, doesn't say this in the article, but to get a feel for how to.
Wait, are you saying that he's getting an alley doctor train, a finger train? He's getting an alley doctor finger train on him.
He totally is. He's totally getting a train run on him by med students.
I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like after the first couple, like, I think you do that. It's kind of like when you do posing for art classes. Like you do the nude thing. It's like you do it for like the $20 or $30, kind of more as a goof. But then you start doing it on the regular. It's like because you like it. You like being in front of people naked.
Yeah. I just imagine like my thing is like imagine I don't know how you'd react if you're the student. Like you're sitting there in class and teacher walks in and next to the teacher is a guy in a robe. And the professor goes, "Okay, students, today we're going to learn how to perform like a prostate exam or prostate examination, like what to look for, how to and while he's talking, you're sitting there going, why is that guy in a robe?
Wait, did I go to the wrong class? Is this art class? Do we have to paint? I didn't bring my paints.
Are we drawing his asshole? Is that what's happening right now?
Greg, what are you doing? I'm practicing with balloon knots.
It's for a Steven Spielberg movie. We're gonna animate the dinosaur's asshole.
Did you realize
He said he wants realism.
Those dinosaurs didn't have buttholes? How'd they poop? There's lots of poop in that movie. Not a single butthole.
That's a good point. Nope. I thought that you did see one in Jurassic Park. I knew we had this conversation like 2 months ago.
I think you said there was one in the newer movies, but you've never proven it to me. You've never gone out and done the booty
That's
hole
true.
dinosaur research.
That's true. Now I'm picturing a dinosaur in a robe.
Do I have to draw this?
CGI animation, it was weird. A fun career.
I mean, I was hoping to do like animated porn, but geez, dinosaurs? You guys are freaks.
But yeah, okay, so you're a med student and you're sitting in a class and then a guy walks in with a robe and professor's saying today we're going to learn how to perform a rectal examination. Dude takes the robe off, stark naked, turns over and just bends over on the fucking professor's desk.
Because I know, like, I don't know much about.
It's like, all right, who's up first?
Yeah, first student walks up, I'll do it. Like, oh,
Yeah.
looks like you're going to alley doctor school.
Meanwhile, the guy on the table's like, it's just constantly like, ooh, cold hands, ooh, cold hands, ooh, cold hands.
Let's see if I can guess who's got the biggest fingers. I wonder if it's like a Harry Potter though. Like that's how they decide what kind of doctor school you go to. You know, if you walk up, you go, it's like alley doctor.
It's not a fortune cookie. They're not pulling fucking like the sorting ass.
Because it depends on how you do it. If you go up, you're like, it's like alley doctor. And if you go up, if you do like 2 fingers, you're a gynecologist.
You stick 2 fingers up a dude's asshole and he yells, Gryffindor!
What happens if somebody tries to do the old 3-finger push? And then what about the pinky? What if somebody just uses the pinky?
It's a Hufflepuff. Oh, that's awesome. JK's like, I've got plans for book 7, for book 9, motherfuckers.
Like, that is a fantastic idea, language of bromance.
Harry Potter and the Cursed Sorting Ass.
Adult life was hard for Harry. I'm gonna be a doctor.
Hermione says I should be in Gryffindor. Wish you were more of a Slytherin, Harry. Hey. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I could do that job.
Well, it's kind of so like when you think of doctoring, usually they do a lot of like studying and then they go into their residency where they kind of do more practicing there. Because you know there'll be times where like you got the student doctor who comes in. It's like, all right, so we're gonna check your prostate. Would you be okay with having our student, Mercedes check you, and then I'm gonna check you afterwards, just kind of give her some practice, and you'd be like, all right, sure, whatever. Like that, it always feels like it's more like real world. I don't know what you would get out of like a person going in and doing that. Is it just to give them? Because I mean, is it one of those things that when you go for the first time, when you got to stick your finger in somebody's butthole, like that's the most shocking thing you have to do as a doctor? Like, okay, like that.
I'm sure that's not the most shocking thing you have to do as a doctor.
But I don't hear of any like other kinds of like, oh, we're gonna bring these women in so you could do mammograms, or we're gonna have these guys come in and like you don't have the test or not. What is it? We're not having guys come in for you to do hemorrhoid tests with. It's just they just sound like this is the only time I've ever heard of anything where there's a specific person whose job is for you to check their oil in school.
Okay, but I will say this. Okay, say for example, like a breast exam. Okay, like women are taught to perform breast examinations on themselves. I mean, so are men actually. Like once they get past a certain age, to kind of like you're in the shower, you just kind of do like a quick
when you're supposed to do that
check,
with your testicles too, like kind of like fondle them around to make sure you don't feel any bumps or anything.
Yeah, and then you keep going until you finish, right?
Yeah, well, you know what's weird is when you do that.
That's what the alley doctor told me.
Yeah, he's like, no, do it right here. I was like, I thought you're supposed to do it in the shower when it's hot and relaxed. He's like, no, do it here.
Well, it's raining close enough, right? They actually do not give the name of the rectal teaching assistant, but the article does note that apparently there was only one in the entirety of the UK.
Is there only how many?
So in the whole country, the whole United Kingdom, there's one dude that has the job of rectal teaching assistant.
I wonder if there is how many are there in the world? I wonder. Like UK is like,
I don't know. I would think 7 billion.
Well, I mean, you think of UK. UK is like the size of what, Illinois, maybe a couple states. So like you think like, you can easily get around UK to go to these different places. But like in the United States, like I wouldn't think there'd just be like one, because they'd just be like in New York all the time, or in Texas all the time, or California.
Well, plus like, I mean, I would like, okay, so like if we're talking about like the United States, for example, I would say that it would be.
Do you think there's a union? Like there's one for each district? Like there's one for the East Coast, one for the South, one for the Midwest, one for the East Coast, and Texas gets their own too.
Like if you were the one person for the entirety of the United States, like you'd be traveling all the time.
Yeah,
and
you have to ride in it.
How do you sit?
Yeah, no, you'd have to travel with a donut. Like somebody'd walk by and be like, hemorrhoids, huh? Like, no, I'm a rectal examination assistant.
I've had 14 fingers in my ass today.
Like, gay porn,
from
huh?
18 different people.
I mean, I guarantee like that couldn't feel good, right?
How do you explain that job to like a potential girlfriend?
I don't know. Oh gosh.
How do you take your daughter to work day?
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, I'm thinking like if you get a little frisky in the bedroom, and like maybe you're kind of
No, honey, stand in front of me. Face me. Look at me in the face.
Well, I'm thinking like what happens if that's like a thing you like your girlfriend or wife is like, "Oh, sometimes I like to stick a little finger in your butt." It's like, "Oh, can't do that. You can't mess up the goods."
Yeah. I can't mix business with pleasure. Because then I'm just bringing my work home with me, and then it just,
Babe, I've been doing this all day, like 27 fingers in the butthole. Like, do I really want to do that here? Like, seriously.
This is my time.
I mean, maybe a little light spank.
Let me put 3 fingers in your ass. Do you know one guy, you get home from work, be like, how was work, honey? Oh, my God. One dude tried to go with his whole goddamn hand. These are doctors. They're supposed to be professionals.
Yeah. He's going.
Did it fit? Well, yeah, it fit, but that's not the point.
He's still going to the alley doctor side of the school. I guarantee it. You know what?
I knew it.
You know what, babe? I hold the power to what school these kids go to. They don't understand it. That kid, whole hand, I'm like, alley doctor!
I'm the sorting hat of med students. I'm the med student sorting hat.
I'm the rectal sorting hat. I hold the power of your careers in my asshole, students.
Yep. Harry Potter and the magic sorting ass.
Oh, I love it.
So one guy has the entirety of the UK. So he travels to the different medical schools, which I would think that if you're talking about the United Kingdom, I would think that there's, 3, maybe 4 schools, right? You got Cambridge, Oxford. There's like 2 or 3 other ones I'm sure I'm missing. But like, the big universities. So you're seeing like 2, 3, like 4 times a year, you're seeing med students and having them jam fingers in your asshole. But Sean, no more. That's the problem. No more. Because now a bionic booty comprising prosthetic buttocks and an anus with inbuilt robotic tech was developed at Imperial College London to help doctors and nurses practice probing a posterior pit.
Okay.
What's with all the fucking alliteration in this goddamn article? Anyway, the device contains tiny robotic arms that apply pressure to the silicone rectum to simulate the natural feel of the back passage, preparing medics for future prostate gland examination. The trainer then inserts an index finger into a silicone thimble that is attached to robotic tech.
Okay.
And there's a picture. I got a picture.
So recently, Richard, I went through some training for like AEDs, those things you hook to your chest if you're having like a cardiac arrest.
Oh, the little like the paddles.
Yeah.
But they're stickers.
So those, like the newer ones are built that you put them on with somebody and it actually kind of helps guide you through even giving CPR.
Right. Like it usually like it attaches and like you'll hit a button and it'll say like it's delivering a charge every 30 seconds.
Yeah,
or something.
A lot of the older ones, it just basically does like a time. It says, all right, step back, charging, shock. But this one would like check heartbeat and all this other crazy stuff. But it gave you a beat that you would go to because it just kind of helps you understand what to do. Now, we were kind of asking about the United States, so I did a quick Google search, and it sounds like this is a pretty big profession in the United States too. Not just for this, but for like gynecology. And we mentioned breast exams. Like there's people that their job is to do this as well, like teach people how to do breast exams and even teach people like how to do these rectal exams. So you're talking like the way that they talked about this one guy is he could tell you with your index finger when you stick it in his butt when you're hitting his prostate. So he's kind of like guiding you through he's guiding you through the Nile of his rectum to find the ancient treasured prostate.
He's like a river guide.
And like even like he could say like you can cup his balls, it says, and he can tell you exactly where some other pieces you're supposed to check are.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, because I guess whenever you're doing like a hernia check, he can kind of show you where that's happening at. But that's so like you talk about, as a student, like you can like stick your finger in somebody's butt, be like, did you find the prostate? You're like, yeah, he's good. With like you're talking about like this electronical thing, it'd be almost like a game. It'd be like Pac-Man, like beep 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 boom. That's not the prostate.
Boo 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 boo.
But if you had like a
congratulations, you just made him ejaculate. That wasn't the intended purpose, but I mean, the win's a win, right?
But like you look at it and it's
Gryffindor.
But like if you have this like computer thing, like you can almost see inside as you stick your finger in on a screen of where you're going and what you're aiming for. So you can like visualize.
Well, see, that's what this does. Yeah, that's what this does. It says a computer screen behind the RoboButt displays a 3D model of the rectum and prostate. If 3D glasses are used and the tech can be programmed for if 3D glasses are used and so hang on. So if you wear 3D glasses, you can look at the screen and it displays a 3D model of the rectum and prostate in real time. And it says, and the tech can be programmed for different scenarios to allow the anatomy to be changed as the size and shape of the rectum and prostate can differ wildly.
So it can give you kind of a situation of, hey, here's a healthy prostate. Here's a prostate that has issues that need to be further evaluated.
Yeah.
That's not, I mean, if you think about it, like you said, this one guy, he's the one butt to check. He's the one butt that rules them all.
Yeah.
You go in, it's the same thing each time, like when he's getting checked. So you go in and you check that butthole. But
you got to think that like, okay, so let's say Sean, you have the magic sorting ass. You would think that after, hundreds of fingers, like you would think like, you'd be running a little loosey-goosey after that, right?
I don't know.
Would you have to, like, in your off time, would you have to, like, do exercises to keep tight, like anal Kegels?
Maybe.
Like rectal Kegels? That might. To, like, keep your shit together?
Oh, shit. What if this is, like, there's only, like, one position in the government that they have this for, and each year they have, like, they choose who gets to be this. It's, like a very, like, highly sought-after job. And it's, like, if you start slacking off where you don't do your butt Kegels, like, some, like, young up-and-coming guys like, oh, I got you this time.
Oh my God. It's like Wall Street, but it's your ass.
Yeah. How many Kegels you do this week? 100? I did 1,000 today. You need to up those numbers.
Yeah. And to test, they like have them sitting in like those hard plastic chairs, and they have to fart and have it make noise. Because that's how you know it's tight. Toy like a toy gun.
Yeah.
Internal examinations are challenging to learn and to teach. Says Dr. Fernando Bello, who works at the Department of Surgery and Cancer at Imperial College London. He said that as examinations occur in the body, the trainer he said that as explorations occur in the body, the trainer is unable to see what the trainee is doing and vice versa. Yeah, because they're relying on the dude to just be like, oh, hadn't found it. Oh, hadn't found it. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Yeah.
My bond.
Well, that's what it sounds like this was. Like he basically kind of guides you through and he knows exactly when the tip of your finger hits his prostate. So it'd be like, oh, right there. Okay, stop. You feel that? Yep, that's my prostate.
That would fucking freak me out. Would that not freak you out?
On which side of it? As the explorer or the exploree?
The explorer. If you're just like doing this and you're like, and he's like, up, left, nope, wrong way, wrong. Is that a knuckle?
All right, pull it out, throw more lube on it, try again. Be like sex.
It would be. I'm terrible enough at that.
Right? She's like, bigger, bigger,
coaching.
Longer, harder.
And I'm like, that's not how this works.
I wonder, so you look at like this computer version. I think getting as much experience is good for like doctors. They always talk about like being a doctor is more of a practice than a profession because you know they're continually figuring out what's right, what's wrong, and they're trying different things. But like with something like this, they can be like, okay, well, this is a prostate that has issue A. This is a prostate that has issue B. You know, and they go and they can understand that and see it. And like now they've experienced what that feels like and how to identify that. But is there something with that like when they actually get in the room with somebody that because it's not a robot that'll throw them off?
Yeah. Because they're like, wait a minute, robots don't talk.
Yeah. Well, I mean, think about like
comes out of the examination room. He's like, I don't know what happened. I started doing the examination just like the robot told me to, and then he screamed out Gryffindor, and I freaked out and ran out of the room. I don't know what to do now. Now I'm embarrassed.
All right, that's it. I'm going to go talk to that alley doctor. His school is much easier. Half a day, doctor. But that's a good point. I mean, you know, you think about like, you know, I'm guessing you, Richard, before you found the love of a woman, you practiced with yourself a lot. I know I did.
I still do, Sean.
Yeah, and I'm going to say that the first time I was in live action didn't last super long. It was a little different.
Yeah. Luckily, I mean, like my partner at the time didn't like scream out the names of houses because the Harry Potter books hadn't been written yet, so I was safe.
What'd she scream out? Is that it?
Is that it?
What do you mean? Oh.
Guess you'll have to use your fingers. I don't know how to do that. The robot never showed me how to do that.
I do think that's oh man. Do you think this guy feels good or bad about this? Because I mean, honestly, they could probably use the mold of his butt, and that could be like what they use is like the mold of it, and he'd get like royalties from it.
Oh, and then he collects royalties on it.
Because right now, like
kind of like how porn stars do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like porn stars get they get a mold of like their vagina, and then they sell it,
or their bum. Or their mouth.
Yeah,
and
then you buy it, and then you buy it, and you like set it in between pillows, and then it's supposed to be like, oh, it's just like the real thing.
You're like, oh, Ron Jeremy, right?
Well, I was talking about lady porn stars. I mean, me. I mean, to each their own.
I always thought that was because there was I mean, you've been to places where they sell those things. Like, oh, I know that porn star. I always felt slightly weird if like that's the one I bought. Because I always think about like the person that would find it in your house and be like, oh, I see you have a fleshlight. And you're like, yeah, it's in the shape of Ron Jeremy.
Jenna Jameson.
Yeah, Jenna Jameson. It's like, why'd you pick Jenna Jameson? Is that like what all of them are?
Yeah, why'd you pick that one?
Like, is that what is like, wait, there's a lot of Jenna Jameson porn in here. Do you watch Jenna Jameson porn and bang this? No. Yes.
You do. Yeah, you can't really hide. You can't really hide it
at
that point. You can't really hide the answer to that
You're like,
question.
this isn't like having sex with Jenna Jameson. No, it's not. It's exactly like that. Don't listen to her, Jenna. She's just jealous.
I named it.
What'd you name it, Ron Jeremy? That's even weirder.
Says, in fact, only one person registered in the country as a test. One person is registered in the country. Medics rarely get the chance to do their work as few patients volunteer to be probed.
I could see that.
I could definitely see, be like, hey, would you mind volunteering, to bend over a table and have, 30 guys run a train?
I don't even.
The guys and girls have 30 people run a train on your ass with their fingers. I don't think it's that.
I think like a lot of times people who give blood, like sometimes they'll have a student nurse and they'll be like, hey, we've got the student nurse here. Would you be okay with her trying to do it or him trying to do it? Like I'm already kind of nervous of needles. Like, can I have somebody who's really good, like who's done it a lot, do it for me? But you think like you walk in and the doctor's like, okay, well, I have the student A with me and I would like to see if I could examine you and then have my student examine you. Then I'll probably re-examine you as well. So you're going to get 3 times the not experiment. Experience. 3 times the, what the hell do you call that? Procedure. You're going to get this procedure done 3 times today. Are you okay with that? And a lot of times, like when you talk about dudes going in there, they're always kind of like, oh, no, I don't want 3 fingers in my butt.
Yeah.
Which I find kind of weird.
Okay, so here's a question. Would you do this job?
No, I wouldn't do the job. But if like I don't know if you have to do that. Do you have to do the butt thing every year when you get checked, or is it like you get it when you're 45?
I think 50,
once you 55, then every year after that.
I think once you go over 40, I honestly don't know.
Let's say
I think so. That sounds right. I think it's like once, like you get one at 40, and then you gotta wait a few years, and then you get yeah. I think it's like that. Like it starts at one thing, and then it kind of steps down.
You mean steps up? You start getting it more regularly.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
So if it was my first time in there, I'd be like, listen, this is the first time I've done this. I'd kind of just rather kind of know what I'm getting into, just because it's like, well, I mean, it's something I've never like had a lot done.
So what we're getting into, basically, sir, is we put our fingers in your ass and try to find your prostate.
I'd be more comfortable with just one today, please. But so it feels like if I've already had that experience and know what it is, and maybe if he did it first, I'm like, well, that's not too bad. Like, go ahead, throw a couple more fingers in there.
And I'm like, why not?
But it feels like the second time I've had this done, I'd probably be like, yeah, sure. If they want to try it too, go ahead. Would you?
That's yeah, probably. I mean,
at that point, whoever the student is still going to see you naked. So, I mean, you're already at your most vulnerable.
It's honestly like it took me some effort to get over the hurdle in my head of a finger going in there. And I mean, and I'm talking strictly in a non-clinical setting.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think my concern is always like, and I think Kevin Smith has talked about this when he went, like somebody doing that and then they pull out and they've got a little chocolatey goodness on their finger. Like, oh, it's over. This is done.
Well, but I'm saying like that's how
butts work.
Like when you're dealing, well, I'm saying like when you're working in that arena, like that may be a fucking effect. Like,
I feel like that's a mood killer.
And you just
like, even if like the first, like,
well, I mean,
let's say you go in, you're getting the dual.
You gotta deal. I mean, it's just something you deal with it.
Yeah, but I feel like if you're going with a dual exam, so the first doctor does that, pulls it out, you just hear, ugh. Like, what? He's like,
what did you eat?
He's like, well, everything checks out okay, but good Lord, do you know what a wipe is? Like, just get up in there a little bit. Like, what?
Well, I would think that I'll tell you, if I was that guy, I would there would be like bleaching going on.
Oh yeah, but that's not healthy for you. Like, or if you did enemas on a regular, like that's not healthy, and that's not even.
No, I'm not talking about inside. I'm just talking about. I would just make sure
But if you were
like, obviously, there's nothing I can do when it comes to vacuuming the inside of the car, but I can at least run it through the fucking wash a couple times.
Well, that's what an enema would be. Enemas kind of clean you out a little bit. But those aren't healthy, I don't think. And I know it's a a situation too if you do that. Like if they're not getting the true to life experience.
No, I understand that. I'm saying I'm not talking about using an enema. I'm just talking about making sure like everything else, like everything on the outside is clean.
Would you wax it? Would you let them wax your butthole?
You know what? Maybe.
Yeah,
probably.
That's like, oh man. So the only thing I think I have going for me, like in this situation, is be like, I'm not the worst looking butt they're ever going to see in their life. You know what I mean?
That's
like it's
true.
not like,
yeah.
I don't think my butthole's like something to put on like
you don't
Street.
think you don't think you're going to get judged on aesthetics? That's what you're saying.
Well, and the other thing you have to remember too, like I think this is more for me. Like when a doctor looks at you, they're not thinking like, oh my god, I want to fuck this person. You know what I mean? Like.
They're not. Wait, they're not.
No, they're like, all right, this is another butthole I have to look at. I just hope when I stick my finger and pull it out, there's no poop on my hand. Or if I do this, I don't go, all right, breathe in. And when I stick my finger in and when I pull it out, they go, sorry, doc, you kind of loosened something up back there.
Oh my god,
butts are weird.
You were 12 years old.
Butts are weird, Richard.
Yeah, they are.
Stuff shifts around.
Not gonna lie.
He's like, all right, now we gotta check the front. Can you cough? You go,
man, wait a minute. Did you wash your hands?
Is that the same glove?
Yeah. This is like going back to front. You don't go back to front. Who goes back to
That's
front?
how you get the crotch rot. You're giving me crotch rot, doctor.
Yeah.
Last time I come to this alley.
Yeah. Get out of here. I don't care what house you're gonna put me in.
I'm gonna go talk to the receptionist. Hey, are you peeing right there, cat?
With funding from the Engineering and Physical Sciences Research Council, the team is working on an affordable prototype, though each unit is expected to cost up to, this is in the UK, so expected to cost up to £10,000, so about roughly $15,000 to $17,000.
For medical equipment, that doesn't seem bad, especially if it's something that, like, how long does this thing last? It lasts 10 years? Like, that's super cheap.
Well, I mean, they don't really give, like, a shelf life on here or anything like that.
So the real question, Richard, are these just leftover, like, sex toys that they can no longer sell? Like, I feel like repurposed sex toys might have a market in the medical field.
See, I'm already not sold because of the first three words: repurposed sex toys. That's like something I'd see on Craigslist. I'd be like searching on Craigslist for sale, repurposed sex toys. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care how well you think you cleaned it.
Former rectal assistant up for anything.
It's not a sex toy. It's a former assistant.
I used to be a star. I was at the top of my industry, and now I'm here in the alley.
And look at me now.
Are you proud of me now, Dad?
No, I don't think these are repurposed. For fucking $15,000, it better be like a brand spanking, no pun intended, brand spanking new ass.
Yeah, well, I wasn't thinking like repurposed as in like refurbished, like it was taken out for trial and it broke.
It's a refurb ass.
I was thinking more of like, oh my God, we're overstocked on these Jenna Jameson buttholes. Who would have guessed? Nobody wanted Jenna Jameson buttholes. It's like, well, let's just repurpose them, give them over to the medical people and say they're rectal assistant training tools. And add an extra $0 to the cost.
And then every time she went in for an examine, what do ladies go in for examinations?
Not prostate.
Do ladies get a finger in the butt?
No.
Well, obviously.
No, I don't think so. But if like you did the front, like if they use those for that, like the doctor would get down there and be like,
and then Janet Jameson goes to like the gynecologist, and the gynecologist is like, this feels familiar.
Yeah, this is kind of like deja vu. Have you ever had deja vu?
Met?
Like I feel like I don't want to sound weird, but
I feel like we've established a connection prior to this.
She's like, yeah, I'm in the movies. She's like, oh no, that's not it. I can't quite put my finger on it. Oh, wait, there it is.
That was so bad it's good. So okay. We've got some time left. But here's what I feel is the ultimate question, okay? So they develop. So this one guy has the job. He travels around, and gets a bunch of fingers in his ass, and now there's a rope. Somebody's developing a robot, and the robot's going to take this guy's job. What does this guy do now?
So first,
like, what do you put on your fucking resume?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? Because I'm drawing a blank.
I mean,
I don't know if he could be like a consultant because he had been in because maybe it's like he still travels with these and they use this as like the main training tool, but maybe it's like
he's an on-site expert at porn sets. He's like, no, that's not how you do it.
That's not what the doctor wouldn't do that. That's against the Hippocratic Oath.
Look, I understand this is a movie and you're just playing a movie doctor and you're just trying to make sure that she's all right. She's a good patient. But like, and I know you're supposed to be the naughty nurse, but like, guys, come on. Doesn't mean we can't skimp on the realism here. Okay. I understand it's a performance, but this performance needs to be grounded in reality.
Realism is art, guys. That's my mantra. That's what my shirt says.
Yeah.
Don't listen to Donut. We call him Donut because he has to sit on him. It's been 6 years and he still can't sit on a flat bench.
At the end of the scene, he just jumps up. He's like, yeah, Gryffindor. Good job, guys.
I don't know what you would do. But, I mean, that's kind of like, you think about, like, buggy whips. You know, like, if you're the buggy whip inventor and, like, all of a sudden, like, that business goes out, at least you have, like, a factory. You've manufactured things. Like, you could kind of come up with something that would go with the times. Like, what do you do in this instant?
Yeah. Like, what, you put yourself as, like, consultant?
It's the only thing I could think of. Like, you go walk people through it.
Anal consult. Yeah, but, like a consultant of what? Like, you can't put, like, anal consultant.
Yeah, because then they'll be like, oh.
You go interview for a job as, like, an accountant, and they're like, I see you've done a lot of consulting work. I guess, yes, for the last 10 years. We were kind of concerned
because, like, we think you misspelled annual consultant. No, it's not misspelled. Oh, okay. We had a bet. Like, somebody obviously fucked up, put anal as a joke.
I mean, that's the only reason we brought you in here is because we just wanted to see if this was true. I mean, God forbid, you're not getting a job. There's no way we're hiring you. We just wanted to see if this resume was accurate.
Yeah. Consultant. And I don't know, maybe like he goes in there, like as they're doing that, like he kind of gives like the realism of what the experience would be like. But then again, I think that would go back to them going to being in residency and going in with the doctor as they are interviewing a real patient. Although,
right. Well, and also like think about this, like if we're talking about a prosthetic, and all that's really being used, obviously, is the asshole and the internal workings of the anus. So it's not like this thing. It's not like this prototype that they're developing. It's not going to have legs. Yeah. It's not going to have arms.
Maybe
it's going to be like the top of the crotch to like mid thigh.
Yeah. Well, that's why I try to think of you think of like getting the real experience. Like they're getting kind of the physical sensations of finding things, but they're not getting the human interaction. You know,
they're not getting somebody like oh,
yeah,
making noises.
But maybe they put that in there. Maybe this guy, what his gig is, he's getting the royalties from voicing it. Like every time.
Yeah. Or what if the dude what if it happens to you and he touches it weird and then you spontaneously ejaculate? You're just like, I'm sorry, Doc, this has never happened before.
I didn't even know this was possible.
Am I into this now? Is this a thing?
I thought milking the prostate was a myth. You wait till I get home. My wife's going to be...
I mean, I read the books and it sounded correct, but I didn't think it was actually happened for me. Do it again.
I mean, usually like maybe twice a night after like 6 hours, but I am still rock hard, doctor. This is amazing.
Can you show me how to do that?
I remember hearing that.
Here, just take my hand and guide me.
I remember,
and a robot won't give you that experience, Sean. A robot won't give you the experience of a guy being like, oh.
Oh God, do you think that's ever happened? Like somebody's come out of that and be like, I think I'm kind of into this now.
Oh, come on, it has to. It has to.
Some like 45-year-old man.
Like, okay. So the science of this, Sean, is basically like you milk the prostate and boom, it's like 0 to 100. you know? And I was curious about this. So I watched, there was this show on Showtime a long time ago called oh fuck, what was it called? Confessions of a Call Girl,
Okay.
I think. It had the one chick from Doctor Who on it. Billy Piper, the blonde.
Oh, that was the first one?
The first companion.
Yeah. She's cute.
Yeah. So she plays the call girl, and it's or Diary of a Call Girl, I think is what it's called. Anyway, so she's with a client, and this client is like taking forever, and she's like, trying to get him like done so she can leave. And so finally, like, she's like, okay, it's like a voiceover. She's like, okay, it looks like I'm gonna have to go to the last resort. And you see her finger go up and just boom, and the dude's like, done.
Yeah. I know the first time I ever heard of that was the movie Road Trip with Sean Patrick?
Sean William Scott.
And he's going to the clinic to, the sperm bank, and he's having issues, and the lady's like, all right, here I go, I'll help you milk the prostate. Boop. And when I worked at the restaurant, these nurses came in, and they were being all flirty with me, like, ladies in their late 20s or whatever with a young guy that's strapping and attractive and, in college, and
here we go.
Has frosted tips, and has a shirt that's just tight enough to show his pecs. But they brought that up.
It's the frosted tips that sold it.
But they brought that up. It was the mid 2000s. Everybody had frosted tips.
I didn't.
And we're just gonna bypass that. And so they were talking about that movie and like that whole scene, and she kind of like brings me in a little bit. She's like, "Oh, that's totally true. Like that actually works."
Okay, but were they just fucking with you?
So. I think they just wanted me to be like, "All right," and they're gonna get me back to their hotel room and be like, "Burp, burp, burp, burp." Doesn't really work.
And yep, it doesn't work. But now we have your kidney.
Yeah, and pictures of your butthole. We're gonna put it on the internet. Like, too late. Facebook post. So it's
okay. I'll destroy my searchery. I'll destroy my search history on it.
Are you looking up Sean's butthole?
I am. You nailed it.
What's going to be even creepier is if it's just a list of buttholes. Like, oh yeah, yours is right there.
Stimulation of the prostate helps release fluid from the prostate gland. Prostate milking can either be part of an orgasm. Sometimes, however, prostate milking is performed without stimulation, and a small amount of clear fluid is released. Huh. This is way too clinical. Maybe that. Oh, you know what, Sean? Maybe that's what this fucking dude can do. The guy that lost his job to the robot. Then he could go around and he could teach courses on how to properly milk a prostate. Like for like couples that are trying to like find like new adventurous things to do, like in the bedroom. He could be like a sex therapist. Like, here, I'll show you how to properly milk the prostate, and he'll bend over the fucking desk, and he'll be like, okay, now Tammy, come up here, and feel around. Do you feel that right there? Now, just rub it gently, like that. That's how you do it. Yeah. Oh my God, I just found this dude his job.
He's gonna try and get he's gonna like open up the sexy he's gonna be like he could be a bedroom consultant. Like, all right, so you wanna spice up the bedroom a little bit? Bring in the guy who's had 1,000,000 fingers in his bum.
That's exactly what you could do. I feel like I should email this guy.
Give him a heads up.
Yeah.
I like it.
Be like, I know that you are probably having the most difficult time in the entire world trying to find a job. But let me show you, let me help you. You can start your own business. It's exactly how you do it. He could fucking start a website. He could do courses. He could be a web series.
Oh yeah, he could do like those new like all those famous people are doing those.
He'll do a master
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, all those famous people are doing those master classes.
Anal master class.
Like, wait, is this annual master class? Like, is this like a review? Nope, anal.
It's like a pass? Is this like an annual pass?
I know you stumbled on this by either curiosity or accident, but let me tell you this. You're going to be the winner in the end. As we tell you how to.
In the end, I hope you all end up in Gryffindor.
Oh, man. So no news about what this guy is currently doing, or
No.
I wonder if he like
No.
strikes. Can he go on?
All the story says is, hey, we built this robot ass. There is a guy that has a job, and he's probably out of a job now because this other college is building a robot.
You know what's
ass.
interesting? So you said these are like 15 grand. Like this guy could actually. I mean, I guess if they go longer, but it would almost seem like it'd be cheaper instead of buying this up front. You just pay this guy. Like maybe you bring him in 3 times a year and you pay $3 grand.
That's a good point. Like now he's in competition with the robots.
Oh, he starts doing like half
My
off.
ass is so much better than a robot ass.
He's like, all right, usually it's 500 students a day, but I'll give you the same price for 1,000 in the same day. Yes.
I'm desperate.
Gryffindor.
You're all in Gryffindor. Just pay me. I'm so hungry.
Well, I feel bad for this, Richard. I think this is a starting of, like you said, robots take. We've got this. There's a sex brothel that's going to open up with sex robots. I mean, what's the world coming to, Richard?
Yeah.
Robots are going to run the world.
See, but like, I don't know. I feel like the responsiveness of an actual person is way better.
You get the choice.
Than
You're
a
like,
robot.
okay, you can test on a robot butt or a real butt. I always choose the real butt.
I feel like most people would pick the real butt.
I mean, probably like the first couple times you might do the robot.
It's why you go to Walmart and you see like the self checkout, and then you see this giant line in front of like the 2 cashiers that they actually keep on staff.
Yeah, I've always been the guy that would go to like the lawn and garden area because there's usually not many people there and it's just quicker.
Yeah.
But as I've started getting pissed off waiting in line at like for 40 minutes to get my stuff checked out, I've kind of started been going to the self checkout, especially if I only have like 2 or 3 things.
Yeah, that's the plan. That's intended.
I don't like it as cashiers, but like McDonald's like that a lot better. Like you go to the screen, you pick what you want, you hit submit, and then you pick it up. I like it better for like ordering food than I do like grocery stores or like buying products.
Well, yeah, because with food is time sensitive. Like,
well, I think it's because
you want it when you want it, and when you get it, then you consume it immediately. Otherwise, it's cold and unusable.
I mean that doesn't matter though with how you order it. But what I'm talking with food is I think it's with food we've already kind of depersonalized that with like drive-throughs and stuff like that. Because I mean, for years you go to a drive-through and you hear, oh, "Welcome to so and so. Would you like to try a double non?" You're like. No, thank you. They're like, okay, order when you're ready. You're like, wait, that is not the same voice I just heard. But we've already kind of depersonalized food, so I think that may be why psychologically I'm like, okay, picking my food out because you've already got like online ordering that way. That's just my opinion on that, but yeah, I think as we get more and more away from socializing as humans, we're going to start coming back to that as like it's going to be like a luxury item. Like, oh no, go through here because we have real cashiers or we have real buttholes to examine.
I am the original butthole. I'm the original sorting butthole.
But Richard, as we're tidying up this very medical scientific episode, do you have any Richard's closing thoughts?
We can't stop the march of progress. We can't, automation, I think, is something that's going to be around whether we want it or not. I think we as people just need to figure out how to adapt. For example, this man no longer, because of a robot, now he doesn't show his ass to medical students for them to jam fingers into. But now he could pivot into the prostate milking tutor field. So like I said, automation, something that's going to happen. It's coming, whether we want it or not, buddy. So we need to grow and we need to adapt in order to secure our livelihoods.
I think your idea for his like tutoring would be awesome. Like he'd be a ride at like bridesmaids parties or bachelorette parties.
Yeah.
Bring him in for those. Like him and like the dude that teaches women how to like give amazing blowjobs.
Yeah. Which
I think is Andy Dick. I think that's like his job.
I have no idea.
All All right, well, let me do a little bit of housekeeping before I have to go. I think I've got an appointment here a little bit at the alley doctor, so I got to hurry up and get down there.
My body was.
Visit our website. We're at languagebros.com. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at languagebro. Email us at eatthebeaver at languagebros.com. Like us on Facebook, and be sure to check us out as part of the podcast selection at the Pod Bros Network.
Yeah, where automation will never replace a podcaster, right? Sean, right?
Is there anything else before I close her out?
We're not gonna be robots. I am a bot. I am a bot.
Bot 1010101.
Okay, you know what? If you're the real Sean, see this picture. See these pictures. Tell me which ones have britches on them. I knew it.
All right. Well, that's all.
That's how we'll save ourselves.
All right. Was there anything else before I close her out? All right. Well, that's all the bromance we have for this show. I'm Sean.
And I'm Richard.
And I say we eat the beaver.
The real beaver.
Yeah.
Not that robot beaver.
Tastes like iron.
Gryffindor!